trees in the forest actually consume carbon and give us oxygen. And that's a very important social benefit to human survival and human life.
We feel privileged to live next to this amazing forest.
I'm happy I'm a neighbor to Karura Forest.
We have to leave something for the future generations.
There's no way we'll have what we have in the future if we don't conserve what we have right now.
It's actually a treasure.
Fantastic to have this paradise back.
Especially in Nairobi, to have a green space like this to have for recreation.
I think it's very important to take care of a place like this.
When we coexist in an environment that supports our lives, our living becomes better.
The socio-economic benefits of forests are many, but one clear one is that forests, for a city like this one, it's a major source of our oxygen. It supports the catchment of our waters. When the rain falls, it is captured by forest ecosystems that become water catchment areas.
Karura is 1,000 hectares approximately in two main parts. The main forest towards the north of Limuru Road is 750 hectares, and the smaller Sigiriya salient is about 250 hectares. Karura Forest is a typical ecosystem because an ecosystem is the way in which materials move from the soil into plants, through animals and decomposers, and back to the soil. At the moment, the invasives and the planted exotic plantations cover almost 3/4 of Karura. Only 25% is actually natural indigenous forest. And the Friends of Karura Forest, working with the Kenya Forest Service and partners, have mapped out a medium and a long-term plan for trying to reverse that ratio and to try to gradually get those patches of indigenous forest to spread out. And for that, of course, the Friends of Karura and the Kenya Forest Service need more support from the generous corporate donors that are helping secure the forest in the first place.
It's been very, very challenging to find resources to manage, secure, and operate this forest. Friends of Karura Forest, as I said, is a conglomerate of people who are interested in the protection of Karura Forest. Through an act of parliament called the Forest Act of 2005, Kenya Forest Service is supposed to co-manage forests with the communities that live adjacent to that forest. And so, as a CFA, as a Community Forest Association, we joined Kenya Forest Service to look at a way of securing this forest. There are two things we've done. We have created a forest management plan. And two, we are signing a management agreement with Kenya Forest Service. And that enables the CFA, which is the Friends of Karura Forest, to co-manage the forest together with Kenya Forest Service. Community forest associations are not funded by the government or funded by KFS. In fact, it's an initiative by the community itself, we as citizens of this country, to come together and help us manage our resources better. Forests are a major natural resource of a country, and we need to participate as communities to make sure that the management is in line with the protection and conservation of such a resource. We want to retain the naturalness of this forest. We want to retain some serenity and tranquility of a natural forest at Karura. In order to do this, infrastructure has to be developed that protects the main conserved areas so that we can control the people who come and visit the forest. The other thing is our concern for environmental education and conservation education. KFIT was a Shell BP Sports Center. Shell has given us that facility to turn it into an education center. The Friends of Karura Forest, the Kenya Forest Service, and the KFIT board are trying to put together a process of rehabilitating that club into an education center. So we are attempting to look at schools, particularly primary schools, to bring in kids here. They can be taught about conservation, about forest ecology, about trees and naming the trees so that they can have value for protection of our forests. Those are costs that we'll need to find resources for, and we'll appeal to corporate sector and people of goodwill to give money so that we can be able to make this resource a really attraction to the people of Nairobi.
I guess you'd have to say the heart of Karura's energy. We were talking earlier about how ecosystems function. They're driven by the energy of the sun. But there's also a new energy in Karura that we're starting to see, and that's the incredible energy of the people who are coming to visit it. You can feel it. You go into Karura on the weekend and there's families with kids, there's people running. Again, we have to keep that in low impact, but the fact that that human energy is also running gentle, light footprint threads through the Karura means that the Karura can be sustained.
We would like people to join the Friends of Karura Forest. And in order to do so, one has to fill out an application form and pay an annual subscription. This is available at the gate, and you can also come to the clubhouse at the center and pick up an application form and become a member. It's very good to be a member because your membership fee is what helps us do the kind of things that you have seen in the forest. So it's very important for you to join and be there. But I want to make an appeal to all Kenyans of goodwill and all friends of forest and conservation to be able to join a forest association near you. If you live in Nairobi, join the Gong Forest Association. If you live near Karura, join us. But we are saying that preservation, protection, and conservation of our forests depends on you.